Tom, look! Quick, shoot it! Yeah, shoot it, Mark. Over here.
Okay, they're in your corner.
Over here. Tom, what are you doing? Tom!
Hey, just give me 2 seconds. You can't go vandalising the machine. I'm not vandalising. I'm saying, give me the pen. Just give me 2 seconds. Stop it. No, mate, you don't understand. I'm about to revolutionize science.
Get your hands off me, mate. Imperious. I'm calling the cops. Don't move.
Tom, we could go.
fields stretching endlessly under a dust-filled sky, massive spacecraft rotating through the cosmos, and a father's desperate journey through the fabric of space-time itself to save humanity and reunite with his children. 10 years after its release, does Interstellar 2014 stand as Christopher Nolan's masterpiece? Is Interstellar worth watching for those who haven't experienced this science fiction epic? How does Interstellar compare to other space exploration films like Gravity, The Martian, 2001, A Space Odyssey, and Arrival? In this comprehensive Interstellar review and analysis, we answer all these questions and explore every dimension of this remarkable film. In this Interstellar breakdown video, we will discuss the Interstellar storyline in complete detail, summarize the Interstellar plot across its nearly 3-hour runtime, and explore the Interstellar cast and characters including Matthew McConaughey as Cooper, Anne Hathaway as Dr. Brand, Jessica Chastain as the adult Murph, and Michael Caine as Professor Brand. Additionally, we will cover Interstellar production details, Interstellar box office performance, and Interstellar critical reception from both professional critics and audiences worldwide. We will examine how Interstellar connects to real scientific theories about black holes, time dilation, and relativity. We will also compare Interstellar to other popular science fiction films like Gravity, The Martian, 2001, A Space Odyssey, Arrival, Contact, Ad Astra, First Man, and Sunshine to understand where Interstellar fits within the science fiction genre. We will explore the Interstellar cast in depth, including Matthew McConaughey's career before and after Interstellar, Anne Hathaway's impressive filmography, Jessica Chastain's rise to stardom, and Michael Caine's legendary partnership with Christopher Nolan. We will discuss Interstellar's streaming availability on Paramount+, theatrical release details including IMAX presentations, and where to watch Interstellar online through various platforms. Finally, we will provide multiple Interstellar reviews from different critical perspectives, share Interstellar Easter eggs and hidden details embedded throughout the film, discuss Interstellar ending, explain theories including the Tesseract sequence and bookshelf scene, examine Hans Zimmer's iconic Interstellar score, and give our final Interstellar rating across multiple criteria. Whether you're a die-hard science fiction fan who watches films like Interstellar repeatedly, a Christopher Nolan enthusiast exploring his complete filmography, or someone curious about whether Interstellar is worth your time in 2024, this Interstellar complete breakdown has everything you need. We'll explore the science behind Interstellar, the emotional core of the father-daughter relationship, the stunning visuals achieved through practical effects and IMAX cinematography, and the philosophical questions Interstellar raises about humanity's future, love transcending dimensions, and our place in the universe. So let's get started with our complete Interstellar review. To understand Interstellar, we must examine the state of science fiction cinema in the early 2010s and Christopher Nolan's unique position within Hollywood. Interstellar arrived in November 2014 as a film that dared to combine hard science with profound emotional storytelling, intellectual rigor with spectacular visual experiences. The Interstellar project represented something increasingly rare in modern blockbuster filmmaking, an original, cerebral science fiction epic with a massive budget and theatrical ambition. Interstellar matters because it proved audiences would embrace complex scientific concepts within mainstream entertainment. The Interstellar screenplay incorporated actual physics theories from Nobel Prize-winning physicist Kip Thorne, who served as executive producer and scientific consultant. This commitment to scientific accuracy in Interstellar distinguished it from typical Hollywood science fiction while making advanced concepts like gravitational time dilation, wormholes, and higher dimensional space accessible to general audiences. The cultural impact of film extended beyond entertainment into education and scientific discourse. The film depiction of a black hole resulted in actual scientific papers, as the visualization created for the film provided new insights into how light behaves near such extreme gravitational fields. Physics professors began using film clips in classrooms to illustrate relativity concepts. The film influence demonstrated cinema's potential to inspire scientific curiosity across generations. Film also arrived at a crucial moment in Christopher Nolan's career. Following the Dark Knight trilogy, Nolan possessed unprecedented creative freedom. Film represented his most personal film, drawing from his relationship with his own children and exploring themes of parental sacrifice, time's passage, and love's enduring nature. The Interstellar project allowed Nolan to work at the intersection of spectacle and intimacy, creating his most emotionally vulnerable work while maintaining his signature intellectual ambition. For cinema itself, Interstellar championed theatrical presentation and celluloid film in an era of increasing digitalization. Nolan shot Interstellar extensively in IMAX format, creating images designed for the largest screens possible. The Interstellar theatrical experience became an argument for cinema as communal, overwhelming spectacle that home viewing cannot replicate. This advocacy for the theatrical experience within Interstellar reflected Nolan's broader mission to preserve cinema as an event. To appreciate Interstellar fully, we must examine the evolution of science fiction cinema, particularly films exploring space travel and humanity's cosmic future. Film exists within a distinguished lineage of ambitious science fiction that includes Stanley Kubrick's 2001, A Space Odyssey 1968, Andrei Tarkovsky's Solaris 1972, Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind 1977, and Robert Zemeckis' Contact 1997. Each of these films influenced film while sharing its commitment to treating space exploration as both scientific endeavor and spiritual journey. The most obvious antecedent to film is 2001, A Space Odyssey, Kubrick's groundbreaking 1968 masterpiece. Like film, 2001 combined cutting-edge visual effects with philosophical depth, creating a cinematic experience that operated on multiple levels simultaneously. Both 2001 and Interstellar feature astronauts journeying into unknown cosmic territories, encountering phenomena beyond human comprehension, and ultimately experiencing transcendent transformations. The film connections to 2001 extend to visual language, with both films using extended sequences of space travel to create meditative, overwhelming experiences. However, Interstellar distinguishes itself from 2001 through its emotional accessibility and clearer narrative structure, making its cosmic journey more grounded in human relationships. Tarkovsky's Solaris 1972 provided another crucial influence on film, particularly regarding the psychological and emotional dimensions of space exploration. Solaris explores how isolation, memory, and longing affect astronauts in deep space, themes that resonate throughout film's depiction of Cooper's separation from his children. The film Water Planet sequence, where time dilation causes decades to pass on Earth during mere hours on the alien world, echoes Solaris' exploration of time's subjective nature and how space travel distorts normal human experience. Contact 1997, based on Carl Sagan's novel and directed by Robert Zemeckis, shares with Interstellar a commitment to scientific accuracy combined with spiritual wonder. Both Contact and Interstellar feature scientists venturing into the unknown based on mysterious signals or anomalies, encountering advanced intelligence, and experiencing dimensional travel beyond normal spacetime. The Interstellar emphasis on scientific rigor while maintaining openness to the unknown directly parallels Contact's approach. Both films also explore the intersection of science and faith, reason and wonder, empiricism and emotion. The science fiction landscape preceding Interstellar's 2014 release had been dominated by particular trends. Alfonso Cuarón's Gravity 2013 had demonstrated audiences' appetite for technically precise space cinema, though Gravity focused on survival in Earth orbit rather than cosmic exploration. The interstellar ambition extended far beyond Gravity's immediate peril, encompassing humanity's long-term survival and our place in the cosmos. Meanwhile, films like Duncan Jones's Moon 2009 and Ridley Scott's Prometheus 2012 explored space isolation and humanity's origins, touching themes that Interstellar would synthesize into its comprehensive vision. Film also emerged during renewed public interest in space exploration, with private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin pursuing commercial spaceflight. The Interstellar release in 2014 coincided with growing conversations about Mars colonization, exoplanet discoveries, and humanity's potential as a multiplanetary species. This cultural context made Interstellar feel timely despite its future setting, as real-world developments mirrored the film's premise about humanity seeking new worlds. The science fiction genre in 2014 also included cerebral, smaller-scale films like Shane Carruth's Upstream Color 2013 and Alex Garland's Ex Machina 2014, released shortly after Interstellar. These films demonstrated that audiences would engage with challenging, thought-provoking science fiction. Interstellar combined this intellectual ambition with blockbuster scale, creating a unique hybrid that honored both contemplative and spectacular traditions within science fiction cinema. Within Christopher Nolan's own filmography, Interstellar represented an evolution from his previous work. Nolan's earlier films, Memento 2000, The Prestige 2006, Inception 2010, had explored time, memory, and perception through intricate narrative structures. Interstellar applied this fascination with time to the literal physics of spacetime, making temporal manipulation a plot element grounded in relativity rather than narrative trickery. The interstellar approach to time dilation and gravitational effects extended Nolan's career-long interest in how humans experience and remember time's passage. Christopher Nolan's journey to directing film began with his 1998 debut Following, a low-budget noir that demonstrated his talent for nonlinear storytelling. Nolan was born on July 30, 1970, in London, England, and grew up between London and Chicago. Before film, Nolan established himself as one of contemporary cinema's most distinctive voices through a series of increasingly ambitious films that combined intellectual complexity with mainstream appeal. Nolan's breakthrough came with Memento, 2000, a psychological thriller told in reverse chronological order. Memento earned widespread critical acclaim, establishing Nolan's reputation for intricate narrative construction and exploration of memory, identity, and subjective reality. The Memento success, including an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Screenplay, positioned Nolan for larger projects while establishing themes he would continue exploring through film. Following Memento, Nolan directed Insomnia, 2002, a psychological thriller starring Al Pacino, Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank. This Insomnia remake of a Norwegian film demonstrated Nolan could work within established frameworks while maintaining his distinctive approach to character psychology and moral ambiguity. The Insomnia production gave Nolan experience managing major Hollywood stars and larger budgets, preparing him for even bigger projects. Batman Begins, 2005 represented Nolan's first blockbuster, rebooting the Batman franchise with a grounded, realistic approach. Batman Begins earned $373 million worldwide in critical praise for treating superhero material with dramatic seriousness. The Batman Begins success established Nolan as a director who could deliver both commercial hits and critical respect, a rare combination in Hollywood. Christian Bale starred as Bruce Wayne Batman, beginning a partnership with Nolan that would span 3 films and establish a template for modern superhero cinema. The Prestige, 2006, Nolan's follow-up to Batman Begins, explored rivalry between magicians in Victorian London, starring Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman. The Prestige demonstrated Nolan's continued interest in perception, reality, and obsession while showcasing his ability to work across genres. Michael Caine appeared in The Prestige, continuing a collaboration with Nolan that began with Batman Begins and would extend through Interstellar and beyond. The Prestige earned $109 million worldwide and reinforced Nolan's reputation for intelligent, layered storytelling. The Dark Knight, 2008 elevated superhero cinema to unprecedented heights, earning over $1 billion worldwide in widespread acclaim as one of the greatest films of its genre. Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker earned a posthumous Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. The Dark Knight demonstrated that blockbuster filmmaking could achieve genuine artistic ambition. Inception, 2010 represented Nolan's first original blockbuster since Memento, a science fiction heist film exploring dreams, reality, and subconsciousness. Inception starred Leonardo DiCaprio, Marion Cotillard, Tom Hardy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Ellen Page, and Cillian Murphy in a complex narrative about extracting and implanting ideas through shared dreams. The Inception screenplay showcased Nolan's ability to make complex concepts accessible through emotional storytelling and spectacular visuals. Inception earned $836 million worldwide and received 8 Academy Award nominations, winning 4 technical awards. The Inception success proved audiences would embrace original, challenging science fiction on a massive scale, paving the way for Interstellar's even more ambitious scientific concepts. The Dark Knight Rises, 2012 concluded Nolan's Batman trilogy, earning over $1 billion worldwide and bringing the story of Bruce Wayne to an emotionally satisfying conclusion. The Dark Knight Rises featured themes of sacrifice, redemption, and renewal that would resonate through film's narrative of a father sacrificing time with his children for humanity's survival. Michael Caine's performance as Alfred in The Dark Knight Rises, particularly his emotional farewell to Bruce, previewed the genuine sentiment Caine would bring to his role in film as Professor Brand. By the time film entered development, Nolan had established himself as a rare filmmaker who could deliver both critical respect and commercial success. The film project represented Nolan's largest canvas yet, exploring the cosmos itself while maintaining the intimate emotional core of his best work. Nolan's previous films had explored time's subjective nature, Memento, the costs of obsession, The Prestige, the nature of reality, Inception, and the weight of responsibility, the Dark Knight trilogy. Film would synthesize these themes into a story about time's literal passage, humanity's survival, and the lengths parents will go to protect their children. Since its 2014 release, film has achieved remarkable cultural staying power, continuing to generate discussion, analysis, and passionate advocacy years later. The film cultural impact extends across multiple domains: science education, cinema aesthetics, meme culture, and philosophical discourse about humanity's future. In scientific communities, film sparked unprecedented engagement between physicists and the general public. Kip Thorne, the Nobel Prize-winning physicist who served as Interstellar's scientific consultant and executive producer, published The Science of Interstellar, a book explaining the real physics behind the film's concepts. The interstellar depiction of the black hole Gargantua, created through months of calculations and rendering based on Einstein's equations, resulted in 2 scientific papers because the visualization revealed previously unknown aspects of how light behaves near black holes. Physics professors worldwide incorporated interstellar clips into lectures on relativity, gravitational time dilation, and spacetime curvature. The interstellar contribution to science communication demonstrated cinema's potential to make advanced physics concepts viscerally understandable to audiences without specialized training. The interstellar influence on cinema aesthetics, particularly regarding IMAX and large-format filmmaking, proved substantial. Nolan shot Interstellar with a combination of IMAX cameras and 35mm film, creating images of unprecedented clarity and scale. The interstellar IMAX sequences, particularly the spacecraft Endurance rotating against Saturn and the approach to Gargantua, showcased the format's potential for creating overwhelming spectacle. Following Interstellar, major films increasingly pursued IMAX presentations, recognizing the format's ability to differentiate theatrical experiences from home viewing. The interstellar advocacy for photochemical film over digital acquisition influenced other filmmakers to consider celluloid's aesthetic qualities. Within popular culture, Interstellar generated extensive meme culture and online discourse. The interstellar scene where Cooper returns from the water planet to find 23 years of video messages from his children became an iconic representation of devastating emotional impact. This film sequence regularly appears in discussions of cinema's most heartbreaking moments. The film bookshelf scene, where Cooper communicates across dimensions through gravitational manipulation, spawned countless memes and parodies while genuinely moving audiences. Hans Zimmer's film score, particularly the organ-driven main theme, became synonymous with emotional epic moments, frequently used in trailers, videos, and cultural references. The film ending, with its tesseract sequence and resolution of the temporal paradox, continues generating analysis and debate. Does film suggest love literally transcends physical dimensions, or does the film use love as metaphor for humanity's ability to overcome impossible obstacles? The film ambiguity allows multiple interpretations while maintaining emotional clarity. A father's love for his daughter motivates his journey and enables his return. This interstellar thematic core resonates across cultures and philosophical perspectives, contributing to the film's enduring relevance. Interstellar also influenced subsequent science fiction cinema. Denis Villeneuve's Arrival 2016 explored similar territory, linguistically complex aliens, time's nonlinear nature, and a parent's relationship with their child across time, though with radically different aesthetics and narrative structure. The interstellar success demonstrated major studios would fund ambitious, cerebral science fiction, encouraging projects like Villeneuve's Blade Runner 2049 (2017) and Ad Astra 2019, directed by James Gray. While these films achieved varying commercial success, Interstellar helped create an environment where such projects could receive substantial backing. The film's exploration of environmental collapse and humanity's need to find new worlds proved increasingly relevant as climate change awareness intensified. The interstellar depiction of Earth becoming uninhabitable through ecological disaster resonated with growing concerns about agricultural sustainability, dust storms, and planetary stewardship. While Interstellar ultimately advocates leaving Earth, the film's portrayal of environmental consequences sparked discussions about whether humanity should focus on preserving our current world or preparing to become a multi-planetary species, a debate that gained prominence as private space companies pursued Mars colonization. The interstellar journey from concept to screen spanned nearly a decade, beginning with physicist Kip Thorne's ideas about how filmmakers might accurately depict wormholes and relativity. In 2006, film producer Linda Obst approached Thorne about developing these concepts into a film treatment. Thorne and Obst had been friends since Carl Sagan introduced them in the 1980s, and both shared interest in bringing accurate science to mainstream cinema. Initially, Steven Spielberg was attached to direct Interstellar for Paramount Pictures, with Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother, writing the screenplay. The Interstellar project during this phase emphasized exploration and wonder, drawing inspiration from Contact and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Jonathan Nolan's Interstellar screenplay incorporated Thorne's scientific ideas while creating an emotional narrative about explorers venturing through a wormhole to find habitable worlds. In 2013, Christopher Nolan became attached to direct Interstellar, replacing Spielberg, who had moved on to other projects. Nolan rewrote Jonathan's screenplay, maintaining the scientific foundation while emphasizing the father-daughter relationship that would become Interstellar's emotional core. This Interstellar revision drew from Nolan's own experiences as a father, particularly his relationship with his daughter. The decision to make Cooper's bond with Murph central to Interstellar transformed the project from pure exploration film into intimate drama set against cosmic scale. Warner Brothers, which had released Nolan's previous films, initially planned to produce Interstellar. However, complicated negotiations led to Interstellar remaining at Paramount Pictures, with Warner Brothers retaining distribution rights to certain territories. This unusual arrangement reflected the complex business relationships surrounding major films and Nolan's significant leverage following the Dark Knight trilogy's success. The Interstellar budget reached approximately $165 million, substantial but not excessive by modern blockbuster standards. This Interstellar budget allowed for cutting-edge visual effects, extensive IMAX photography, and practical effects, including the construction of actual spacecraft sets. Nolan's preference for practical effects over digital creation wherever possible meant the film production built real environments for actors to inhabit, contributing to the film's tactile, physical quality despite its cosmic scope. The film plot begins in a near-future Earth-facing ecological collapse. Massive dust storms devastate agricultural production, and humanity has regressed into a survival-focused society prioritizing farming over exploration and innovation. The film opening presents this dying world through Cooper's family farm in rural America, where corn remains one of the few viable crops. Film establishes its Dust Bowl setting through documentary-style interviews with elderly survivors describing this era, though we later understand these interviews differently. Cooper, a former NASA test pilot turned farmer, lives with his two children, 15-year-old son Tom and 10-year-old daughter Murph, plus his father-in-law Donald. The film's screenplay introduces Cooper as brilliant but frustrated, a man whose talents for engineering and exploration are wasted in this diminished world. Murph claims their farmhouse is haunted by a ghost that knocks books off shelves and creates mysterious phenomena in her bedroom. The film's story treats these strange occurrences as genuine mysteries rather than childish imagination. During a massive dust storm, Murph's bedroom window is left open, and dust settles in patterns across the floor. Cooper realizes these patterns represent binary code providing geographic coordinates. The film plot's inciting incident occurs when Cooper and Murph follow these coordinates to a secret NASA installation still operating despite the government's official denial that NASA exists. At the hidden NASA facility, Cooper and Murph discover that humanity's brightest minds continue working on survival. Professor Brand, a brilliant physicist played by Michael Caine, leads this clandestine operation. The film plot reveals crucial exposition. 48 years ago, a wormhole appeared near Saturn, clearly placed there by unknown intelligence. The wormhole leads to another galaxy where 12 potentially habitable planets orbit a massive black hole called Gargantua. NASA sent 12 scientists, the Lazarus missions, through the wormhole to evaluate these planets. 3 sent back promising signals: Miller's Planet, Man's Planet, and Edmund's Planet, each named for the scientist exploring it. The film mission NASA plans involve sending a crew through the wormhole to investigate these promising worlds and determine if humanity can relocate. Professor Brand reveals 2 plans. Plan A involves solving gravitational equations to enable mass exodus from Earth via massive space stations, while Plan B involves carrying frozen embryos to establish new colonies if Earth's population cannot be saved. Professor Brand recruits Cooper to pilot the mission because of his exceptional skills and NASA background. The film crew includes Brand's daughter, Drive, Amelia Brand, Anne Hathaway, a biologist, Romilly David Giassi, a physicist, Doyle Wes Bentley, a geographer, and TARS, an artificial intelligence housed in a rectangular robot with remarkable capabilities. Cooper faces an agonizing decision: leave his children for an uncertain duration to potentially save humanity, or remain on Earth as it slowly dies. The film's screenplay makes this decision genuinely painful through the relationship between Cooper and Murph. Young Murph, brilliant and intuitive like her father, desperately wants Cooper to stay. She believes her ghost has been sending messages telling her to make him stay. When Cooper decides to go, Murph refuses to say goodbye, devastated by what she perceives as abandonment. This film emotional farewell, with Cooper leaving his watch behind and promising to return, establishes the film's emotional core, a father's promise to his daughter across time and space. The film's spacecraft Endurance launches toward Saturn and the wormhole. The ship's design reflects practical engineering, a spinning wheel creating gravity through rotation rather than science fiction artificial gravity. The film journey to Saturn takes 2 years, during which Cooper and the crew endure the isolation of deep space. As they approach the wormhole, Interstellar presents one of cinema's most scientifically accurate depictions of such phenomena, a spherical distortion in spacetime rather than the typical flat, Stargate, visualization. Passing through the wormhole, Interstellar shows the crew experiencing higher dimensional space where normal physics don't apply. Amelia reaches through the wormhole and appears to touch something, or someone, beyond. The Interstellar script plants this mysterious contact for later significance. Emerging in the new galaxy, the crew faces their first major decision: which planet to visit first. With limited fuel for only 2 planetary visits before returning to Earth, every choice carries enormous weight. They debate between Miller's planet, which is closest but orbits dangerously near Gargantua's event horizon, and Man's planet, farther away but in a safer orbit. The interstellar plot complication involves time dilation. Miller's planet experiences extreme gravitational time dilation because of its proximity to Gargantua. Every hour on Miller's planet equals 7 years passing outside its gravitational field. Despite this crushing time penalty, Miller's planet continues transmitting signals, suggesting something survived there. Amelia argues for visiting Edmund's planet first, the world explored by the man she loved, but the data supports Miller's planet as more promising. The interstellar crew decides to visit Miller's planet first, accepting the time cost. Romilly volunteers to remain on the Endurance in orbit around Gargantua while Cooper, Amelia, and Doyle descend to the surface in a lander. This interstellar decision has devastating consequences. The interstellar sequence on Miller's planet ranks among cinema's most tense and visually stunning. The crew's lander descends through clouds to find the planet covered entirely in shallow water. Mountains visible on the horizon turn out to be massive tidal waves caused by Gargantua's gravitational pull. The planet experiences these waves regularly as it orbits the black hole. Landing in the shallow ocean, the crew discovers wreckage from Miller's landing craft. The entire, promising signal was actually just the wreckage's beacon. Dr. Miller died minutes after arriving, but because of time dilation, those minutes stretched into years of continuous signal. This interstellar revelation means their journey to Miller's planet was completely wasted. Worse, a massive wave approaches, and the lander's engines flooded during landing. The interstellar tension escalates as Case, the other robot accompanying the surface team, works desperately to restart the engines while the wave approaches. Doyle, attempting to retrieve data from Miller's wreckage, is caught by the wave and killed instantly. Cooper and Amelia barely survive, making it back to the lander as Case gets the engines working. The interstellar escape from Miller's planet succeeds, but the time cost proves devastating. When they return to the Endurance, they find Romilly aged 23 years during their few hours on the planet's surface. The interstellar time dilation sequence where Cooper watches 23 years of accumulated video messages from his children ranks among the film's most emotionally powerful moments. Tom has grown into a man, married, had a child, and experienced the death of that child, all while Cooper was gone for what felt like hours. Murph has grown into a woman the same age Cooper was when he left, now working with the elderly Professor Brand on the gravitational equation. The interstellar screenplay makes this temporal displacement genuinely heartbreaking. Cooper watches his children age without him, experiencing loss and joy he cannot share. Murph's final message cuts him deepest. She's now the age Cooper was when he left, and she understands he's never coming back. The interstellar exploration of time as humanity's cruelest dimension transforms abstract physics into devastating personal loss. The crew's situation has become desperate. They have fuel for one more planetary landing before they must return through the wormhole. The interstellar choice: Man's planet or Edmund's planet? Dr. Man's planet now shows promising data and benefits from Man's reputation as the Lazarus program's best scientist. Edmund's planet has stopped transmitting, but it orbits in a safer position and showed initial promise. Amelia advocates for Edmund's planet, admitting her feelings for Edmund's might influence her judgment but arguing love could be evolutionary, transcend space and time. Her connection to Edmund's might represents something real rather than mere sentiment. Cooper dismisses this as emotion clouding judgment. The film's screenplay deliberately leaves this question open. Is love a dimension we don't yet understand, or is it evolved biology misleading us? The crew chooses Man's planet based on data rather than feeling. Meanwhile, the film parallel narrative on Earth shows Murph, now a scientist working with Professor Brand, discovering a devastating secret. Brand has known for decades that Plan A is impossible. The gravitational equation cannot be solved without data from inside a black hole's event horizon, which is impossible to obtain because nothing escapes an event horizon. Plan A was always a lie to maintain hope. Brand intended humanity to die on Earth while Plan B's embryos establish new colonies. Murph confronts the dying Brand, who reveals this truth and asks her to continue his work, though he's given up hope. The film plot takes its darkest turn on Dr. Man's planet. The crew awakens Man from cryogenic sleep, finding him emotional and grateful after years of isolation. Man's planet appears harsh, frozen, with ammonia atmosphere, but Man insists certain areas support life. He describes organics in the planet's lower atmosphere and claims the surface conditions will improve in different regions. Dr. Man, played by Matt Damon in a surprising cameo, initially seems heroic and wise. The film's script uses Man to explore isolation's psychological toll and the human survival instinct's power over rational thought and ethics. Man bonds with Cooper, discussing the moment each astronaut likely experienced, facing death alone and thinking of their children. This film dialogue seems meaningful but actually reveals Man's manipulation. As Romilly examines Man's data in a base station, the information explodes, killing Romilly instantly. This interstellar tragedy results from Man's sabotage. He's been falsifying data because his planet is completely uninhabitable. Man explains his reasoning to Cooper. He knew if he transmitted no viable planet data, no rescue would come and he'd die alone. The survival instinct forced him to lie, bringing rescuers he could hijack to return home. Man's interstellar betrayal represents humanity's self-preservation instinct overwhelming moral considerations. Man attempts to kill Cooper by destroying his oxygen supply and leaving him to die on the frozen surface. As Cooper suffocates, Man explains that Cooper has family making survival urgent, while Man has only himself, making him better suited to reach the other planets. This interstellar villain isn't motivated by evil but by the primal fear of dying alone. Man represents the shadow side of humanity's survival drive, the willingness to sacrifice others to preserve oneself. Amelia and Tars rescue Cooper just before he suffocates. Man, meanwhile, attempts to manually dock with the Endurance, having stolen a shuttle. Despite Case warning him the docking procedure requires patience, Man, desperate and irrational, tries forcing the hatch. The interstellar explosion destroys Man and damages the Endurance, sending it spinning out of control toward Gargantua's gravitational pull. In one of Interstellar's most technically impressive sequences, Cooper must match the Endurance's rotation and dock with it while both spacecraft spiral toward the black hole. The interstellar tension comes from the narrow window for success and Cooper's exceptional piloting skill. Against impossible odds, Cooper succeeds in docking and stabilizing the Endurance, though the ship has lost tremendous fuel and is caught in Gargantua's gravity well. The interstellar plot now presents a seemingly unsolvable problem: insufficient fuel to reach Edmund's planet or return through the wormhole. Cooper devises a desperate solution using gravity itself. They'll perform a slingshot maneuver around Gargantua, using the black hole's gravity to accelerate toward Edmund's planet. However, the ship still lacks sufficient mass energy for Amelia to reach the planet with the supplies needed for Plan B. Cooper makes the ultimate sacrifice. He and Tars will detach from the Endurance in their lander, reducing the ship's mass so Amelia can reach Edmund's planet. The film plan means Cooper and Tars will fall into Gargantua while Amelia escapes. Before separating, Cooper tells Amelia that she was right to trust her feelings about Edmund's planet. Maybe love does mean something the data doesn't show. This interstellar admission acknowledges that pure rationality failed them on Man's planet, while Amelia's emotional conviction might have led them correctly all along. As Cooper and Tars fall toward Gargantua's event horizon, Interstellar presents its most visually audacious sequence, crossing into the black hole. Rather than being destroyed, Cooper finds himself inside a tesseract, a higher dimensional construct allowing him to perceive time as a physical dimension. The film Tesseract shows infinite moments from Murph's childhood bedroom, accessible like rooms in a structure. Cooper realizes he is Murph's ghost. Across decades and dimensions, his future self has been sending the messages Murph received. The interstellar revelation creates a causal loop. The coordinates that led Cooper to NASA came from his future self inside the Tesseract, creating the events that led him to this point. The beings who created the Tesseract weren't aliens but future humans who evolved to exist in higher dimensions, understanding time as navigable space. They created this Tesseract to allow Cooper to communicate with Murph at the crucial moment when she can save humanity. Tars, also surviving inside the Tesseract, has been gathering quantum data from inside the black hole's singularity, the impossible information needed to solve Professor Brand's gravitational equation. Cooper must transmit this data to Murph, but how can he communicate complex quantum information across dimensions and decades? The interstellar solution returns to the watch Cooper left with Murph. Using gravity, which penetrates all dimensions, Cooper manipulates the watch's second hand in Morse code, transmitting the quantum data. In the parallel film timeline, adult Murph returns to her childhood bedroom, now old and preserved. She retrieves the watch Cooper left decades ago and realizes its second-hand moves in patterns. He's sending a message across time through gravitational manipulation. The quantum data from the black hole allows Murph to solve the gravitational equation, making Plan A viable. Humanity can be saved. The Tesseract collapses, having served its purpose. Cooper is ejected from the black hole, somehow surviving near Saturn where the wormhole exists. The interstellar physics here become speculative. Perhaps the higher dimensional beings protect Cooper, or perhaps black hole physics allows scenarios we don't understand. A passing spacecraft discovers Cooper floating in space and brings him to Cooper Station, a massive space habitat orbiting Saturn. The interstellar ending shows Cooper waking in a hospital on Cooper Station, a cylindrical space station providing gravity through rotation. He learns decades have passed. Time dilation during his journey and relativistic effects near gargantuan meant his subjective years translated into approximately 90 years of Earth time. The film revelation means everyone Cooper knew has aged or died while he remained relatively young. Cooper Station was named after Murphy Cooper, who solved the gravitational equation and enabled humanity's exodus from Earth. Elderly, dying Murph lies in a hospital bed surrounded by her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, generations born because Cooper left Earth. The interstellar reunion between father and daughter occurs across a nearly century-long gap, with Murph ancient and Cooper relatively unchanged. Murph tells Cooper no parent should watch their child die. She has her family surrounding her, but Cooper still has unfinished business. The interstellar implication. Amelia Brand established a colony on Edmund's planet and might still be alive due to relativistic time differences. Murph tells Cooper to go find her. The film ending shows Cooper stealing a small spacecraft and heading toward Edmund's planet, where we see Amelia removing her helmet on a habitable world, alone but preparing humanity's new beginning. Part 4. Cast and actor careers. Matthew McConaughey as Cooper. Matthew McConaughey plays Cooper in Interstellar, the former NASA test pilot turned farmer who leads humanity's desperate mission to find a new home among the stars. In Interstellar, Cooper serves as the film's emotional anchor and audience surrogate, a brilliant but frustrated man given one final chance to use his talents for humanity's survival. McConaughey's performance in film showcases his ability to convey complex emotions, love for his children, wonder at cosmic discovery, desperation in impossible situations, and grief over time's passage, while maintaining the pragmatic competence of an exceptional pilot and engineer. Matthew McConaughey was born on November 4, 1969, in Uvalde, Texas. Before Interstellar, McConaughey established himself through romantic comedies before engineering a career renaissance dubbed the McConaissance, through challenging dramatic roles. McConaughey's breakthrough came with Dazed and Confused 1993, Richard Linklater's coming-of-age comedy where McConaughey's charismatic performance as David Wooderson All Right, made him instantly memorable despite limited screen time. McConaughey gained widespread recognition starring in A Time to Kill 1996 as idealistic lawyer Jake Brigance, defending a black man accused of murder in Mississippi. This legal drama, based on John Grisham's novel and directed by Joel Schumacher, earned $152 million worldwide and showcased McConaughey's ability to carry major studio films. A Time to Kill established McConaughey as a leading man combining Southern charm with dramatic intensity, qualities that would later inform his interstellar performance as the Texas-raised Cooper. Following A Time to Kill, McConaughey appeared in Contact 1997, directed by Robert Zemeckis, playing Palmer Joss opposite Jodie Foster's Drive. Ellie Arroway. This science fiction film about receiving signals from extraterrestrial intelligence explored science, faith, and humanity's place in the cosmos, themes McConaughey would revisit in film 17 years later. Contact demonstrated McConaughey's comfort with cerebral science fiction, making him a natural choice when Christopher Nolan cast Interstellar. McConaughey then spent roughly a decade primarily working in romantic comedies including The Wedding Planner, 2001, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, 2003, Failure to Launch, 2006, Fool's Gold, 2008, and Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, 2009. These McConaughey romantic comedies were commercially successful but critically dismissed, establishing him as a charming screen presence without serious dramatic credibility. The McConaughey rom-com era seemed to limit his career trajectory until he deliberately chose riskier, more challenging roles. The McConaissance began with The Lincoln Lawyer, 2011, a legal thriller where McConaughey played morally ambiguous defense attorney Mickey Haller. This film demonstrated McConaughey could deliver compelling dramatic performances in complex roles. Following The Lincoln Lawyer, McConaughey chose increasingly challenging projects. Bernie 2011, directed by Richard Linklater, Killer Joe 2011, directed by William Friedkin, where McConaughey played a disturbed detective, and Magic Mike 2012, directed by Steven Soderbergh, where McConaughey stole scenes as strip club owner Dallas. McConaughey's role in Mud 2012, directed by Jeff Nichols, further showcased his dramatic range. Playing a fugitive hiding on a Mississippi River island who befriends two boys, McConaughey delivered a performance combining danger and vulnerability. Mud premiered at Cannes Film Festival and earned widespread critical acclaim, solidifying McConaughey's transformation from rom-com star to serious dramatic actor. The McConaughey career renaissance peaked with Dallas Buyers Club 2013, directed by Jean-Marc Vallée. McConaughey played Ron Woodruff, a real person diagnosed with AIDS in 1985 who smuggled unapproved pharmaceutical drugs into Texas to help himself and other AIDS patients. McConaughey lost approximately 45 pounds for Dallas Buyers Club, physically transforming to portray Woodruff's deterioration. This Dallas Buyers Club performance earned McConaughey the Academy Award for Best Actor, along with Golden Globe, SAG Award, and numerous critics' prizes. The transformation from romantic comedy star to Oscar winner was complete. Simultaneously with Dallas Buyers Club's success, McConaughey appeared in The Wolf of Wall Street 2013, directed by Martin Scorsese, in a small but memorable role as Mark Hanna, the mentor who introduces Leonardo DiCaprio's Jordan Belfort to Wall Street excess. McConaughey also starred in HBO's True Detective first season, 2014, playing Detective Rust Cole opposite Woody Harrelson. This True Detective performance earned McConaughey an Emmy nomination and further demonstrated his ability to portray complex, philosophical characters. Preparation for Interstellar's Cooper, who confronts cosmic mysteries while maintaining practical focus. In film, McConaughey at age 45 brings decades of experience to the role of Cooper. The performance in Interstellar showcases McConaughey's maturity and hard-earned dramatic credibility. McConaughey's portrayal of Cooper in Interstellar provides the emotional authenticity that grounds the film's cosmic scope. His tears-watching messages from his aged children feel genuine because McConaughey himself is a father who understands parental love. Cooper's Texas drawl and practical engineering mindset reflect McConaughey's own Texas roots and comfort, portraying capable men facing impossible challenges. Following film, McConaughey appeared in The Sea of Trees 2015, Free State of Jones 2016, playing a Civil War deserter leading a rebellion, Gold 2016, as a prospector seeking fortune in Indonesia, The Dark Tower 2017, as the villainous Man in Black, Serenity 2019, and The Gentleman 2019, directed by Guy Ritchie. These post-Interstellar McConaughey films achieved varying success, but none matched Interstellar's cultural impact or box office performance. Anne Hathaway as Dr. Amelia Brand. Anne Hathaway plays Drive, Amelia Brand in film, the biologist and daughter of Professor Brand who joins the mission to find humanity's new home. In Interstellar, Amelia Brand serves as both scientific expert and emotional counterpoint to Cooper's pragmatism, advocating for trusting feelings and intuition alongside data. Hathaway's performance in Interstellar demonstrates her ability to convey scientific intelligence, emotional vulnerability, and steely determination across the film's epic scope. Anne Hathaway was born on November 12, 1982, in Brooklyn, New York. Before film, Hathaway established herself as one of Hollywood's most versatile actresses through roles ranging from family comedies to intense dramas. Hathaway's breakthrough came with The Princess Diaries, 2001, directed by Gary Marshall, where Hathaway played Mia Thermopolis, an awkward teenager discovering she's heir to a European throne. The Princess Diaries earned $165 million worldwide and made Hathaway a star, leading to sequel The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement 2004. Hathaway demonstrated dramatic range early with Havoc 2005 and Brokeback Mountain 2005, directed by Ang Lee. In Brokeback Mountain, Hathaway played Lorene Newsome opposite Jake Gyllenhaal's Jack Twist in this acclaimed drama about a forbidden relationship between two cowboys. Brokeback Mountain earned over $178 million worldwide and 8 Academy Award nominations, establishing Hathaway's credibility in prestige cinema. The Devil Wears Prada 2006 showcased Hathaway's comedic timing and chemistry with Meryl Streep. Playing assistant, Hathaway could carry major studio films while holding her own against legendary co-stars like Streep, a skill she would later employ in Interstellar working with Matthew McConaughey. Hathaway appeared in Becoming Jane 2007 as author Jane Austen, Rachel Getting Married 2008, directed by Jonathan Demme, in a performance earning her first Academy Award nomination for Best Actress, Bride Wars 2009, Valentine's Day 2010, and Alice in Wonderland 2010, directed by Tim Burton. This Alice in Wonderland role as the White Queen in Burton's $1 billion grossing fantasy demonstrated Hathaway's ability to contribute to massive blockbusters while maintaining artistic credibility. Love and Other Drugs 2010 paired Hathaway with Jake Gyllenhaal in a romantic drama about a pharmaceutical sales representative and a woman with Parkinson's disease. Hathaway delivered emotionally complex work in Love and Other Drugs, earning a Golden Globe nomination and showcasing the vulnerability she would later bring to Interstellar's scenes where Amelia Brand discusses love as a quantifiable force transcending space and time. Hathaway's career reached new heights with Les Miserables 2012, directed by Tom Hooper. Playing Fantine in this musical adaptation of Victor Hugo's novel, Hathaway sang live on set and delivered a devastating performance culminating in her rendition of I Dreamed a Dream. This Les Miserables role, though comprising only 15 minutes of screen time, earned Hathaway the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress along with Golden Globe, SAG Award, BAFTA, and numerous critics' prizes. The Les Miserables success established Hathaway as an Oscar-winning actress capable of both commercial hits and acclaimed performances. The Dark Knight Rises 2012, Christopher Nolan's conclusion to his Batman trilogy, featured Hathaway as Selina Kyle, Catwoman opposite Christian Bale's Batman. This Hathaway performance demonstrated her action capabilities, physical grace, and ability to create chemistry with leading men in blockbuster contexts. The Dark Knight Rises earned over $1 billion worldwide and introduced Hathaway to Nolan's collaborative process, making their film reunion natural. Nolan's direction of Hathaway in The Dark Knight Rises proved he could elicit compelling performances from her in large-scale filmmaking, leading to her Interstellar casting. In Interstellar, Hathaway at age 32 brings both Oscar-winning dramatic chops and blockbuster experience to Dr. Amelia Brand. The performance in film showcases Hathaway's ability to make scientific dialogue sound natural while conveying genuine emotion in the film's most intimate moments. Hathaway's portrayal of Brand in Interstellar works because she makes the character's intelligence and competence obvious while allowing vulnerability to show in scenes discussing her feelings for Edmonds or debating whether love transcends dimensions. The Interstellar success owes significantly to Hathaway's ability to ground cosmic concepts in human feeling. Following film, Hathaway appeared in The Intern 2015 opposite Robert De Niro, Alice Through the Looking Glass 2016 reprising her White Queen role, Colossal 2016 in an unusual science fiction comedy, Ocean's 8 2018 in the female-led heist ensemble, Serenity 2019 reuniting with Matthew McConaughey, and The Witches 2020. These post-Interstellar Hathaway films varied in success, but none achieved Interstellar's combination of critical respect and cultural staying power. Jessica Chastain is adult Murphy Cooper. Jessica Chastain plays the adult Murph Cooper in film, the brilliant scientist who solves the gravitational equation enabling humanity's survival. In Interstellar, Murph serves as Cooper's emotional anchor across decades of separation, transforming from abandoned daughter into the woman who saves civilization. Chastain's performance in Interstellar conveys intelligence, determination, anger at her father's absence, and ultimately understanding and forgiveness across the film's temporal scope. Jessica Chastain was born on March 24, 1977, in Sacramento, California. Before film, Chastain emerged as one of contemporary cinema's finest actresses through a remarkable series of performances in the early 2010s. Chastain's breakthrough year was 2011, when she appeared in 6 films including The Tree of Life directed by Terrence Malick, The Help directed by Tate Taylor, Take Shelter directed by Jeff Nichols, Coriolanus directed by Ralph Fiennes, The Debt directed by John Madden, and Texas Killing Fields directed by Amy Kanan Mann. The Help 2011 brought Chastain mainstream recognition, playing Celia Foote in this period drama about black maids in 1960s Mississippi. The Help earned over $216 million worldwide and earned Chastain her first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. This role demonstrated Chastain's ability to create fully realized characters with depth and humanity, skills evident in her Interstellar portrayal of adult Murph. Chastain gained widespread recognition starring in Zero Dark 30, 2012, directed by Kathryn Bigelow. Playing Maya, a CIA analyst obsessed with finding Osama bin Laden, Chastain delivered an intense, focused performance in this controversial docudrama about the hunt for bin Laden. Zero Dark 30 earned Chastain her first Academy Award nomination for Best Actress along with Golden Globe, SAG Award, and BAFTA nominations. This role showcased Chastain's ability to portray brilliant, driven women pursuing seemingly impossible goals, preparation for her Interstellar role as Murph solving unsolvable equations. Chastain appeared in Mama 2013, a horror film produced by Guillermo del Toro, and The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby 2013, playing the same character across 2 films told from different perspectives. These Chastain performances demonstrated her range across genres while maintaining her reputation for choosing challenging, complex roles. In film, Chastain at age 37 brings gravitas and emotional depth to adult Murph. The performance in Interstellar works because Chastain makes Murph's anger at Cooper's abandonment palpable while showing the brilliant scientist she became partly to prove herself to her absent father. Chastain's portrayal of Murph in Interstellar provides the film's earth-bound emotional stakes. While Cooper travels the cosmos, Murph fights to save humanity from home. The film parallel structure between Cooper and Murph's stories works because both McConaughey and Chastain create characters driven by love and determination despite impossible obstacles. Following Interstellar, Chastain appeared in A Most Violent Year 2014, The Martian 2015, directed by Ridley Scott in a supporting role, Crimson Peak 2015, directed by Guillermo del Toro, The Huntsman, Winter's War 2016, Miss Sloane 2016, Molly's Game 2017, directed by Aaron Sorkin, Woman Walks Ahead 2017, It Chapter 2 2019, Dark Phoenix 2019, Ava 2020, and The 355 2022. Chastain won the Academy Award for Best Actress for The Eyes of Tammy Faye 2021, playing televangelist Tammy Faye Bakker. Michael Caine is Professor Brand. Michael Caine plays Professor Brand in Interstellar, the aging physicist leading NASA's secret efforts to save humanity and Cooper's mentor who recruits him for the mission. In film, Professor Brand serves as the repository of scientific knowledge and moral ambiguity, having deceived the world about Plan A's viability to maintain hope. Caine's performance in Interstellar brings gravitas and emotional weight to scenes where Brand reveals humanity's desperate situation and his own failures. Sir Michael Caine was born Maurice Joseph Micklewhite on March 14, 1933, in London, England. Before Interstellar, Caine established himself as one of British cinema's most distinguished actors across a 70-year career spanning hundreds of roles. Caine's breakthrough came with Zulu 1964, playing Lieutenant Gonville Bromhead in this historical war film about British soldiers defending against Zulu warriors in 1879. Caine gained international recognition starring in The Ipcress File 1965 as Harry Palmer, a working-class British spy contrasting with James Bond's aristocratic sophistication. This spy thriller, directed by Sidney J. Fury, launched a franchise and established Caine as a leading man. Alfie 1966 earned Caine his first Academy Award nomination for Best Actor, playing the womanizing title character in this dramedy about a charismatic cad facing consequences. Alfie showcased Caine's ability to make morally questionable characters compelling and vulnerable. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Caine appeared in dozens of films including Get Carter 1971, Sleuth 1972, earning another Oscar nomination, The Man Who Would Be King 1975, directed by John Huston, California Suite 1978, Dressed to Kill 1980, directed by Brian De Palma, Educating Rita 1983, earning another Oscar nomination, and Hannah and Her Sisters 1986, which finally won Caine the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Caine's career experienced a renaissance in the 2000s through his collaboration with Christopher Nolan. Batman Begins 2005 introduced Caine as Alfred Pennyworth, Bruce Wayne's loyal butler and father figure. This Caine performance brought emotional depth to the Batman mythology, making Alfred the moral center of Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. The Prestige 2006 reunited Caine with Nolan, playing Cutter, the engineer working with rival magicians played by Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman. The Dark Knight 2008 and The Dark Knight Rises 2012 continued Caine's Alfred Pennyworth role, with his emotional farewell to Bruce in The Dark Knight. adult Tom Cooper. Affleck plays Cooper's son Tom as an adult, appearing primarily in video messages sent across the years. Affleck's performance in Interstellar conveys the quiet disappointment of a son whose father never returned. Before Interstellar, Affleck appeared in Good Will Hunting, 1997, Ocean's 11, 2001, The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford, 2007, and Gone Baby Gone, 2007, which he also directed. Following film, Affleck won the Academy Award for Best Actor for Manchester by the Sea, 2016. John Lithgow as Donald. Lithgow plays Cooper's father-in-law Donald, representing the older generation accepting Earth's decline. Lithgow's performance in Interstellar provides grounded humanity to the film's earlier scenes. Before Interstellar, Lithgow established himself through Blowout 1981, The World According to Garp 1982, Terms of Endearment 1983, Third Rock from the Sunday 1996, 2001, and Shrek 2001 voicing Lord Farquaad. Following Interstellar, Lithgow appeared in Bombshell 2019 and The Crown 2016-2020. David Giassi is Romilly. Giassi plays Romilly, the physicist accompanying the Endurance mission who ages 23 years waiting in orbit around Gargantua. Giassi's performance in film conveys the isolation and dedication of a scientist sacrificing decades for humanity's survival. Before Interstellar, Giassi appeared in Cloud Atlas 2012. Following Interstellar, Giassi appeared in film 2014, Annihilation 2018, and Carnival Row 2019-2023. Wes Bentley as Doyle. Bentley plays Doyle, the geographer killed during the Miller's Planet sequence. Before Interstellar, Bentley gained recognition in American Beauty 1999 and The Hunger Games 2012. Following Interstellar, Bentley appeared in Yellowstone 2018 present as Jamie Dutton. Matt Damon as Dr. Mann. Damon's surprise appearance as Dr. Mann represents Interstellar's darkest turn, with Mann attempting to kill Cooper and hijack the mission after falsifying data about his planet's habitability. Damon's performance in film works because his likability and reputation make Mann's betrayal genuinely shocking. Before Interstellar, Damon established himself through Good Will Hunting, 1997, Saving Private Ryan, 1998, The Talented Mr. Ripley, 1999, The Bourne Franchise, The Departed, 2006, and many others. Following Interstellar, Damon appeared in The Martian, 2015, Ford vs. Ferrari, 2019, and Stillwater, 2021. Ellen Burstyn is Old Murph. Burstyn appears in film's final scenes as the elderly, dying Murphy Cooper reuniting with her father after 90 years. Burstyn's performance in Interstellar provides emotional closure, with Murph forgiving Cooper and sending him to find Amelia Brand. Burstyn's legendary career includes The Exorcist 1973, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, 1974, Requiem for a Dream, 2000, and many others. Part 5. Comparison to similar films. To fully appreciate Interstellar, it helps to compare film to similar films in the science fiction genre, particularly those exploring space travel, humanity's survival, and cosmic mysteries. Interstellar shares DNA with several notable films including 2001, A Space Odyssey, Contact, Gravity, The Martian, Arrival, Solaris, Sunshine, and Ad Astra. By comparing Interstellar to these films, we can better understand what makes Interstellar unique and where film succeeds or falls short compared to other contemplative science fiction works. The interstellar comparisons reveal different approaches to depicting space exploration and humanity's place in the universe. Some films like Gravity emphasize survival and physics in immediate Earth orbit, while Interstellar ventures into distant galaxies and higher dimensions. Other films like Contact share film's interest in humanity's first contact with advanced intelligence in the intersection of science and spirituality. Still others like The Martian approach space survival with humor and optimism, contrasting with Interstellar's more elegiac tone. These interstellar comparisons also highlight different directorial approaches to science fiction. Christopher Nolan brings his characteristic complexity and temporal manipulation to Interstellar, while directors like Alfonso Cuarón Gravity or Denis Villeneuve Arrival bring their own distinctive visual and narrative styles to similar territory. Understanding how film relates to these comparison films helps viewers appreciate what makes Interstellar distinctive while acknowledging its place within science fiction cinema's long tradition. The comparison films to Interstellar also demonstrate different balances between scientific accuracy and dramatic license. Interstellar consulted Nobel Prize-winning physicist Kip Thorne to ensure scientific plausibility, while other films prioritize emotion or philosophy over physics. These film comparisons reveal that no single approach defines correct science fiction. Instead, films occupy different positions on the spectrum between between hard science and poetic speculation, with Interstellar attempting to honor both scientific rigor and emotional truth simultaneously. Interstellar vs 2001, A Space Odyssey. 2001, A Space Odyssey released in 1968 and stands as perhaps cinema's most influential science fiction film. Directed by Stanley Kubrick and co-written with Arthur C. Clarke, 2001 tells the story of humanity's evolution from primitive apes to cosmic voyagers through encounters with mysterious monoliths. The film earned $146 million worldwide, equivalent to over $1 billion today, and revolutionized visual effects, space depiction, and philosophical science fiction. When comparing Interstellar to 2001, A Space Odyssey, several profound similarities emerge. Both film and 2001 feature astronauts journeying into unknown cosmic territories encountering phenomena beyond human comprehension. The central spacecraft in Interstellar mirrors 2001's Discovery 1 in being meticulously designed with realistic physics. The rotating sections of both Interstellar's Endurance and 2001's Discovery create artificial gravity through centrifugal force rather than magical technology. Additionally, Interstellar and 2001 both feature astronauts traveling through higher dimensional space, with 2001's Stargate sequence paralleling film's Tesseract. Both films also employ extended sequences with minimal dialogue, allowing pure visual storytelling, and Hans Zimmer's Interstellar organ score evokes the classical music accompanying 2001's space sequences. However, Interstellar differs from 2001, A Space Odyssey in significant ways. While 2001 maintains deliberate ambiguity throughout, leaving the monoliths, origins and purposes mysterious, Interstellar explicitly explains that future humans created the Tesseract and wormhole. The tone of film skews more sentimental and emotionally direct compared to 2001's cool, detached observation of humanity's cosmic journey. The pacing in Interstellar moves faster with more conventional dramatic structure, whereas 2001 maintains contemplative patience, particularly in sequences like the 20-minute wordless, Dawn of Man, opening and extended light show Stargate sequence. In terms of critical reception, 2001, A Space Odyssey initially received mixed reviews but has since been recognized as one of cinema's greatest achievements, currently holding 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. Interstellar holds 73% on Rotten Tomatoes and 74% on Metacritic. Box office-wise, 2001 grossed approximately $146 million worldwide, over $1 billion adjusted, while Interstellar earned $701 million globally. Fans of 2001, A Space Odyssey will likely appreciate film because both films treat space exploration with visual grandeur and philosophical seriousness. The cosmic scope that made 2001 groundbreaking is present in Interstellar's ambition to visualize black holes, wormholes, and higher dimensions with scientific accuracy. However, viewers preferring 2001's enigmatic mysticism might find Interstellar's explicit explanations and emotional directness less subtle. Overall, Interstellar serves as a spiritual successor to 2001 in the science fiction landscape, making hard science accessible while inspiring wonder about humanity's cosmic destiny. Film vs. Contact. Contact released in 1997 and earned $171 million worldwide. Directed by Robert Zemeckis and starring Jodie Foster, Contact tells the story of scientist Drive Ellie Arroway receiving signals from extraterrestrial intelligence and traveling through a wormhole to meet advanced beings. The film explores science, faith, and humanity's search for meaning in the cosmos. When comparing Interstellar to Contact, several similarities emerge. Both Interstellar and Contact feature scientists venturing into the unknown based on mysterious signals or anomalies placed by advanced intelligence. The wormhole travel in Interstellar mirrors Contact's portal journey, with both films depicting higher dimensional travel beyond normal spacetime. Additionally, film and Contact both explore the intersection of science and faith, empiricism and wonder, with both protagonists Cooper and Arroway being skeptical scientists who encounter phenomena challenging purely rational worldviews. Both films also feature pivotal relationships between daughters and their fathers, with these emotional bonds driving the narrative. However, Interstellar differs from Contact in significant ways. While Contact focuses on first contact with extraterrestrial intelligence, Interstellar emphasizes human survival and our future as a species. The revelation in Contact that aliens designed the wormhole contrasts with Interstellar's reveal that future humans created the Tesseract. Contact looks outward to the cosmos for meaning, while film ultimately looks inward to humanity itself. The tone of film includes more action and peril compared to Contact's more contemplative approach. The pacing in film moves through multiple planets and time periods, whereas Contact maintains tighter focus on Earth and one transcendent journey. In terms of critical reception, Contact earned 63% on Rotten Tomatoes and 62 on Metacritic. Film holds 73% on Rotten Tomatoes and 74 on Metacritic, suggesting slightly more favorable critical consensus. Box office-wise, Contact grossed $171 million while film earned $701 million worldwide. Fans of Contact will likely enjoy film because both films share commitment to scientific plausibility combined with spiritual openness to cosmic wonder. The themes that made Contact resonant, science as path to understanding, love transcending death, humanity seeking connection with something greater, echo throughout film. The emotional core provided by father-daughter relationships in both Contact and film grounds cosmic concepts in human feeling. Overall, film and Contact occupy similar territory in contemplative, scientifically grounded science fiction exploring humanity's place in the universe. Film versus Gravity. Gravity released in 2013, 1 year before film, and earned $723 million worldwide. Directed by Alfonso Cuarón and starring Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, Gravity tells the story of astronauts stranded in Earth orbit after debris destroys their spacecraft, forcing a desperate survival journey back to Earth. The film revolutionized visual effects and won 7 Academy Awards including Best Director. When comparing film to Gravity, some surface similarities appear. Both Interstellar and Gravity feature astronauts facing mortal peril in the vacuum of space with realistic physics and spectacular visuals. The spacewalk sequences in film parallel Gravity's extended zero-gravity scenes. Additionally, Interstellar and Gravity both emphasize the fragility of human life against cosmic vastness, and both films feature protagonists motivated by love for people waiting on Earth. However, Interstellar differs from Gravity in fundamental ways. While Gravity focuses on immediate survival in Earth orbit lasting roughly 90 minutes of real time, film spans decades across galaxies exploring humanity's long-term survival. The scope of Interstellar extends infinitely beyond Gravity's tight, focused survival narrative. The tone of film balances wonder and peril equally, whereas Gravity maintains relentless tension and survival anxiety. The pacing in Interstellar varies across its nearly 3-hour runtime, whereas Gravity maintains breathless urgency across its 91-minute duration, essentially unfolding in real time. In terms of critical reception, Gravity earned 96% on Rotten Tomatoes and 96 on Metacritic, indicating near unanimous critical acclaim. Interstellar holds 73% on Rotten Tomatoes and 74 on Metacritic. Box office-wise, Gravity grossed $723 million while film earned $701 million worldwide, remarkably similar totals. Fans of Gravity may or may not enjoy Interstellar depending on what they value in Gravity. Those who appreciated Gravity's technical precision and realistic space physics will find similar commitment to scientific accuracy in film. However, viewers who loved Gravity's tight focus and relentless pacing might find Interstellar's philosophical ambitions and emotional digressions less gripping. Overall, Interstellar serves as ambitious, expansive counterpoint to Gravity's focused intensity in the realistic space film landscape. Film versus The Martian. The Martian released in 2015, 1 year after Interstellar, and earned $630 million worldwide. Directed by Ridley Scott and starring Matt Damon, The Martian tells the story of astronaut Mark Watney stranded on Mars after his crew evacuates believing him dead, forcing him to survive using ingenuity and science until rescue arrives. The film balances humor and optimism with realistic space science. When comparing Interstellar to The Martian, several similarities emerge. Both film and The Martian feature astronauts facing impossible survival situations through scientific problem solving and engineering ingenuity. Matt Damon appears in both films as villain Drive, man in Interstellar, and hero Mark Watney in The Martian, creating ironic contrast. Additionally, Interstellar and The Martian both emphasize realistic science and physics rather than fantastical technology, and both films explore humanity's drive to survive and explore despite overwhelming obstacles. However, film differs from The Martian in significant ways. While The Martian focuses on one man surviving on Mars with humor and optimism, Interstellar embraces cosmic scope, philosophical depth, and emotional weight about humanity's extinction. The tone of Interstellar skews elegiac and profound compared to The Martian's witty, upbeat survival story. The pacing in film spans decades and galaxies, whereas The Martian maintains focused progression through Watney's months on Mars. The Martian celebrates human ingenuity and cooperation in overcoming challenges, while Interstellar confronts darker possibilities including betrayal, ironically by Damon's character, time's cruelty, and humanity's potential extinction. In terms of critical reception, The Martian earned 91% on Rotten Tomatoes and 80 on Metacritic. Interstellar holds 73% on Rotten Tomatoes and 74 on Metacritic. Box office-wise, The Martian grossed $630 million while film earned $701 million worldwide. Fans of The Martian might find Interstellar's darker tone and philosophical complexity less immediately entertaining than The Martian's crowd-pleasing optimism. However, viewers who appreciated The Martian's commitment to real science will find similar respect for physics in Interstellar's depiction of relativity and gravitational effects. Overall, film and The Martian represent different approaches to realistic space cinema, one contemplative and cosmic, the other uplifting and intimate. Interstellar vs. Arrival. Arrival released in 2016, 2 years after Interstellar, and earned $203 million worldwide. Directed by Denis Villeneuve and starring Amy Adams, Arrival tells the story of linguist Drive, Louise Banks attempting to communicate with mysterious aliens who arrive on Earth. The film explores language, time perception, and a mother's relationship with her daughter across nonlinear time. When comparing film to Arrival, profound thematic similarities emerge despite different premises. Both Interstellar and Arrival explore time's nonlinear nature and how advanced understanding allows experiencing time differently. The Arrival revelation that Louise perceives her daughter's entire life simultaneously, past, present, and future, parallels Interstellar's tesseract, allowing Cooper to view time as spatial dimension. Additionally, film and Arrival both center on parent-child relationships transcending normal time, with both protagonists experiencing profound connection across temporal dimensions. Both films also treat first contact with advanced intelligence seriously, though Interstellar reveals the intelligence as future humans rather than aliens. However, Interstellar differs from Arrival in tone and scope. While Arrival maintains intimate focus on language and perception, film embraces cosmic spectacle across galaxies. The Arrival approach emphasizes intellectual and emotional revelation over action, whereas Interstellar includes substantial action sequences alongside contemplation. The pacing in Interstellar moves through multiple planets and decades, whereas Arrival maintains tighter temporal and geographic focus. In terms of critical reception, Arrival earned 94% on Rotten Tomatoes and 81% on Metacritic. Film holds 73% on Rotten Tomatoes and 74% on Metacritic. Box office-wise, Arrival grossed $203 million while Interstellar earned $701 million worldwide. Fans of Arrival will likely appreciate Interstellar's exploration of time, love, and parent-child bonds across dimensions. Both Arrival and film elevate science fiction beyond spectacle into profound meditation on human experience and consciousness. The emotional core that makes Arrival powerful, a parent's love transcending time's linearity, resonates throughout Interstellar's narrative of Cooper reaching across decades to save his daughter. Interstellar vs. Sunshine. Sunshine released in 2007 and earned $32 million worldwide. Directed by Danny Boyle and starring Cillian Murphy, Chris Evans, and Michelle Yeoh, Sunshine tells the story of astronauts carrying a nuclear bomb to reignite Earth's dying sun. The film combines hard science fiction with psychological horror and philosophical themes about sacrifice. When comparing film to Sunshine, several similarities emerge. Both Interstellar and Sunshine feature astronauts on missions to save humanity from extinction, with small crews facing isolation, danger, and moral dilemmas. Cillian Murphy appears in both films, a supporting role in Interstellar and the lead in Sunshine, connecting the projects. Additionally, both film and Sunshine explore sacrifice, with characters giving their lives for humanity's survival, and both films balance scientific rigor with philosophical and spiritual themes about humanity's cosmic significance. However, Interstellar differs from Sunshine significantly. While Sunshine descends into psychological horror and religious mania in its final act, Interstellar maintains science fiction approach throughout. The tone of film emphasizes wonder and hope, whereas Sunshine becomes increasingly dark and claustrophobic. The pacing in Interstellar spans decades and multiple locations, whereas Sunshine maintains tighter focus on the ship's journey to the sun. Fans of Sunshine might appreciate Interstellar's similar themes of sacrifice and humanity's survival, though film's more optimistic tone and cosmic scope differ from Sunshine's increasingly horrific trajectory. Both films share commitment to realistic space depiction and serious treatment of existential themes. Interstellar vs. Ad Astra. Ad Astra released in 2019, 5 years after Interstellar, and earned $127 million worldwide. Directed by James Gray and starring Brad Pitt, Ad Astra tells the story of astronaut Roy McBride traveling to Neptune to find his father, who disappeared decades earlier on a mission to search for extraterrestrial intelligence. The film explores father-son relationships, isolation, and humanity's search for meaning. When comparing film to Ad Astra, several similarities emerge. Both film and Ad Astra feature astronauts on long journeys through the solar system confronting personal demons and family relationships. The father-child separation in film parallels Ad Astra's father-son estrangement, with both films exploring how space exploration strains or breaks family bonds. Additionally, both film and Ad Astra emphasize realistic space travel physics and the psychological toll of isolation in the cosmos. However, Interstellar differs from Ad Astra in significant ways. While Ad Astra maintains somber, introspective tone throughout, Interstellar balances wonder and spectacle with intimate emotion. The scope of Interstellar extends beyond the solar system into other galaxies and higher dimensions, whereas Ad Astra remains within our solar system. The pacing in Interstellar includes action and urgent survival scenarios, whereas Ad Astra maintains meditative, contemplative progression. Fans of Ad Astra might find Interstellar's more optimistic outlook and cosmic spectacle different from Ad Astra's introspective melancholy. However, both films share serious commitment to depicting space's psychological effects and exploring how family bonds endure across cosmic distances. When ranking Interstellar against similar science fiction films, Interstellar falls into the upper tier of contemplative, scientifically grounded space cinema. Superior films in the genre include 2001, A Space Odyssey, which exceeds Interstellar in visual innovation, influential impact, and enigmatic power. The 2001 achievement of creating genuinely transcendent cinema that resists easy interpretation gives it edge over Interstellar's more explicit emotional storytelling. Additionally, Arrival surpasses Interstellar in narrative economy and thematic coherence, telling equally profound story about time and parent-child bonds in 96 focused minutes compared to Interstellar's sprawling 169-minute runtime. However, Interstellar surpasses films like Sunshine and Ad Astra by offering more balanced combination of spectacle and substance, action and philosophy, scientific rigor and emotional accessibility. The Sunshine descent into horror undermines its serious science fiction setup, while Interstellar maintains tonal consistency. The Ad Astra relentless introspection, while beautifully crafted, lacks Interstellar's sense of wonder and cosmic scale. Interstellar also exceeds Gravity in ambition and thematic depth, though Gravity achieves tighter focus and more universal critical acclaim. Compared to Contact, Interstellar offers more spectacular visuals and action while maintaining similar thematic concerns about science, faith, and humanity's cosmic place. The Interstellar advantage includes cutting-edge visual effects that make Contact's 1997 effects seem dated, though Contact's more focused narrative gives it structural advantages. When compared to The Martian, Interstellar offers more philosophical depth and cosmic scope, while The Martian provides more accessible entertainment and optimistic uplift. In the pantheon of Christopher Nolan films, Interstellar represents his most emotionally vulnerable work while maintaining his characteristic intellectual ambition and visual spectacle. The Interstellar achievement involves successfully combining scientific accuracy, cosmic scale, emotional intimacy, and philosophical inquiry into a coherent whole that entertains mainstream audiences while rewarding deeper analysis. The Interstellar legacy continues growing as audiences discover or revisit the film years after release. While initial critical reception was somewhat mixed, with some critics finding Interstellar's explanations too explicit and emotional beats too sentimental, audience appreciation has increased over time. The Interstellar cultural staying power suggests the film successfully balances accessibility and depth in ways that ensure continued relevance. Interstellar's position in science fiction cinema history seems secure as major achievement in realistic, contemplative space film. The film demonstrated audiences would embrace complex scientific concepts like relativity and gravitational time dilation when presented through compelling human drama. The Interstellar influence on subsequent science fiction encouraged more ambitious, cerebral projects, while its box office success proved such films could achieve commercial viability. Ultimately, ranking Interstellar among science fiction classics depends on individual priorities. For viewers valuing scientific accuracy combined with emotional accessibility, Interstellar ranks near the top. For those preferring enigmatic ambiguity and revolutionary visual innovation, 2001, A Space Odyssey stands superior. For audiences seeking tightly crafted narratives with minimal excess, Arrival or Gravity might rank higher. But for those wanting epic scope, stunning visuals, genuine emotion, and serious engagement with physics and philosophy, Interstellar represents one of the 21st century's finest science fiction achievements. Interstellar received a theatrical release through Paramount Pictures on November 5, 2014, in North America, with international rollout beginning October 26, 2014, in select markets. The Interstellar theatrical run began in 3,561 theaters across North America, with an additional 809 theaters showing Interstellar in IMAX format, the widest IMAX release at that time. Paramount Pictures distributed Interstellar following their long involvement with the project's development, though Warner Bros. Retained certain international distribution rights due to Christopher Nolan's previous relationship with that studio through the Dark Knight trilogy. The theatrical release strategy for Interstellar involved heavy emphasis on premium formats to justify theatrical viewing over waiting for home release. Interstellar opened in IMAX 70mm film format at select locations, delivering unprecedented image quality and scope. The Interstellar release date positioned the film strategically in early November, avoiding summer blockbuster competition while arriving before year-end awards contention intensified. The Interstellar opening faced competition from Big Hero 6, which opened the same weekend and won the box office with $56.2 million compared to Interstellar's $47.5 million domestic opening. Theater chains showing Interstellar included AMC Theaters, Regal Cinemas, Cinemark, and independent theaters nationwide. Premium format availability for Interstellar encompassed IMAX 70mm film projection at select locations including Lincoln Square IMAX in New York and TCL Chinese Theater IMAX in Los Angeles, IMAX digital projection at hundreds of locations, standard 70mm film projection at select theaters, and Dolby Atmos sound systems providing immersive audio. The Interstellar theatrical presentation in IMAX 70mm offered the highest image quality available, with those formats projecting images equivalent to approximately 18K resolution compared to standard digital projections 2K or 4K resolution. The theatrical window for Interstellar lasted approximately 16 weeks before transitioning to home release in March 2015. During its theatrical run, Interstellar faced competition from The Hunger Games, Mockingjay, Part 1, which opened 2 weeks later and dominated box office through late November, and various holiday releases including The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, Unbroken, and Into the Woods. The Paramount Pictures release strategy for Interstellar succeeded in positioning the film as prestigious event cinema requiring theatrical experience, with the IMAX presentations becoming particular draw for audiences wanting optimal interstellar experience. The Interstellar theatrical run demonstrated Christopher Nolan's continued ability to draw audiences to theaters for original, challenging science fiction. While Interstellar's domestic opening fell short of Nolan's previous Dark Knight Rises' $160 million opening weekend, the film's legs and international performance proved strong, ultimately earning Interstellar significant profitability and cultural impact that extended well beyond its theatrical window. For those wondering where to watch Interstellar, streaming availability varies by region and changes periodically as licensing agreements expire and renew. In the United States, Interstellar is available on Paramount Plus as of 2024, as Paramount Pictures owns distribution rights and prioritizes its proprietary streaming platform. Interstellar streaming on Paramount Plus includes 4K Ultra HD quality with HDR10, Dolby Vision on supported devices, and Dolby Atmos audio, providing home viewing experience approaching theatrical presentation quality. The Interstellar streaming version on Paramount Plus maintains the film's full 169-minute runtime without edits. To watch Interstellar on Paramount Plus, viewers need a subscription costing $5.99 per month for the Essential plan with ads, or $11.99 per month for Paramount Plus with Showtime ad-free tier. Paramount Plus offers Interstellar in both HD 1080p and 4K 216p quality depending on subscription tier and device capabilities. The Interstellar streaming release on Paramount Plus occurred in late 2022 when the film migrated from other platforms as Paramount consolidated its library. Alternative streaming options for Interstellar include rental or purchase through digital platforms rather than subscription streaming. On Amazon Prime Video, Interstellar is available for rental at $3.99 for 48-hour HD access or purchase at $14.99 for HD permanent ownership. Apple TV offers Interstellar for rental at $3.99 HD or $4.99 4K with purchase options at $14.99 HD or $19.99 4K. Google Play, YouTube Movies, and Vudu provide similar Interstellar rental and purchase options at comparable pricing, typically $3.99 rental and $14.99 $19.99 purchase depending on resolution quality. International audiences can stream Interstellar on different platforms depending on location. In the United Kingdom, Interstellar streams on Now TV and Sky Go for Sky Cinema subscribers, with rental purchase available through Amazon Prime Video UK, Apple TV UK, and Google Play UK. Canadian viewers can watch Interstellar through Paramount Plus Canada, with rental options on iTunes Canada and Google Play Canada. Australian availability for Interstellar includes Paramount Plus Australia, Binge, and Foxtel Now, plus rental through Australian digital platforms. Free streaming. Options for Interstellar currently don't exist through legitimate ad-supported platforms like Tubi, Pluto TV, or Freevee. Interstellar may become available on ad-supported platforms in future years as distribution windows expand, but currently the film requires either subscription Paramount Plus or rental purchase various platforms. Library streaming services that might carry Interstellar include Hoopla and Canopy, though availability varies by library system. Some public libraries provide access to Interstellar through these services while others don't include it in their catalogs. For viewers without subscriptions to platforms carrying Interstellar, rental options exist through Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV, Google Play, Vudu, YouTube Movies, and Microsoft Store. These services offer Interstellar for rental at approximately $3.99–$4.99 for 48-hour access in HD or 4K. Purchasing Interstellar digitally costs approximately $14.99–$19.99 across these platforms, with 4K versions commanding premium pricing. The Interstellar digital purchase provides permanent access through the platform's library system, allowing unlimited viewing across compatible devices. Streaming quality for Interstellar varies by platform and subscription tier. The Interstellar 4K version available on Paramount Plus, Apple TV, and select other platforms delivers significantly enhanced detail and color compared to HD streaming, making it worthwhile for viewers with 4K televisions and fast internet connections. However, even 4K streaming cannot fully replicate the Interstellar IMAX 70mm theatrical experience, which provided image quality beyond any home format's capabilities. Interstellar international distribution expanded the film's reach beyond North American markets, with the film ultimately earning more internationally, $475 million, than domestically, $188 million. In Europe, Interstellar released through Warner Bros. Pictures International across territories including United Kingdom, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, and others. The film international rollout occurred simultaneously with the domestic release in most major markets, with select territories receiving Interstellar a week earlier for festival premieres and special screenings. Asian markets received film via Warner Bros. And local distribution partners. Countries including Japan, South Korea, and India showed Interstellar beginning in early November 2014, with strong performance particularly in South Korea where the film earned over $30 million. The Interstellar release in China occurred on November 12, 2014, earning approximately $122 million and representing the film's largest international market. This film Chinese performance demonstrated the market's growing appetite for Hollywood science fiction and Christopher Nolan's international appeal. Latin American distribution for Interstellar involved Warner Bros. And Paramount releasing the film in Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and other markets. The film Latin American performance contributed approximately $70 million to the worldwide total, with particularly strong results in Mexico $20 million and Brazil $18 million. The Interstellar Spanish-language dubbed versions and subtitled presentations allowed the film to reach broad audiences across these markets. Interstellar international streaming varies significantly by region. The film appears on Paramount Plus in countries where that service operates, including United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, Latin America, and select European markets. In territories without Paramount Plus, film availability depends on licensing agreements with regional platforms. Netflix carried Interstellar in certain countries during specific periods, though availability has shifted. As contracts expired, Amazon Prime Video offers film for rental or purchase in virtually all markets where that service operates. This fragmented distribution means Interstellar availability depends heavily on viewer location, with some markets offering subscription streaming while others require rental or purchase. The film's international success, earning 72% of its box office outside North America, demonstrated the film's universal themes transcended cultural boundaries. Science fiction exploring humanity's survival, parent-child bonds, and cosmic destiny resonated across diverse audiences worldwide. The Interstellar Blu-ray and DVD release arrived on March 31, 2015, through Paramount Home Entertainment. The physical media release of Interstellar includes 2 Blu-ray discs and 1 DVD in most editions, with special features spanning approximately 90 minutes. The film Blu-ray contains bonus content including The Science of Interstellar, featurette exploring the real physics behind the film with Kip Thorne, Inside Interstellar, documentary covering various production aspects, plotting and film journey, about the story development, and Life on Cooper's Farm, examining the film's opening Earth sequences. The Interstellar 4K Ultra HD release offers enhanced viewing experience for home theater enthusiasts. This premium film format includes 4K 2160p resolution with high dynamic range HDR10 and Dolby Vision on supported displays, dramatically expanding the color palette and brightness range compared to standard Blu-ray. The Interstellar 4K disc also features Dolby Atmos audio, providing immersive 3-dimensional sound when played through compatible systems. The film 4K release presents the IMAX sequences in expanded 1.78:1 aspect ratio for select scenes while maintaining 2.39:1 widescreen for standard 35mm photography, allowing viewers to experience aspect ratio changes as Nolan intended. Special editions of Interstellar include the limited edition gift set featuring the film on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital HD Plus exclusive packaging designed like Cooper's NASA crew manual, and digital copy at lower price points around $20 minus $25. Digital purchase options for Interstellar became available on March 17, 2015, 2 weeks before physical media release. The digital release of Interstellar allowed early access for fans willing to pay $19.99 for HD or $24.99 for 4K permanent ownership through platforms like iTunes, Amazon, and Vudu. This Interstellar digital first release window became increasingly common for major releases, offering immediate access while building anticipation for physical media. The Interstellar home video releases maintained strong sales, with the film ranking among 2015's top-selling Blu-rays and 4K discs throughout the year. Interstellar continues to enjoy widespread availability nearly a decade after its initial release, reflecting the film's enduring popularity and cultural significance. The Interstellar presence on Paramount Plus ensures new generations of viewers can discover the film through subscription streaming, while rental and purchase options across digital platforms provide flexibility for those wanting to own Interstellar permanently. Future Interstellar availability will likely continue through Paramount Plus as the studio prioritizes its streaming platform, with periodic theatrical re-releases possible for anniversaries or special events. The Interstellar IMAX 70mm version receives occasional special screenings at theaters equipped with 70mm film projection, allowing audiences to experience the film as Nolan intended. These Interstellar IMAX re-releases typically sell out quickly, demonstrating sustained demand for premium theatrical presentations. Physical media for Interstellar remains available through retailers and online stores, with 4K Ultra HD editions representing the highest quality home format currently possible. As technology evolves, Interstellar will likely receive future releases incorporating new formats or enhancements, possible 8K releases in coming years, or immersive audio upgrades as standards develop. The Interstellar accessibility across multiple platforms and formats ensures the film's legacy continues, allowing viewers to experience Christopher Nolan's epic science fiction achievement whether through streaming convenience, premium home theater presentation, or rare theatrical IMAX screenings. This Interstellar availability across distribution channels reflects the film's status as modern science fiction landmark worth preserving and presenting in optimal quality for current and future audiences. Interstellar critical reception has been largely positive, though somewhat divided since release. On Rotten Tomatoes, Interstellar holds a 73% critic score based on 371 reviews. The Interstellar Rotten Tomatoes consensus reads, "Interstellar represents more of the thrilling, thought-provoking, and visually resplendent filmmaking moviegoers have come to expect from Christopher Nolan, even if its intellectual reach somewhat exceeds its grasp." Metacritic aggregates 46 critic reviews for Interstellar, resulting in a 74 score indicating generally favorable reviews. The Interstellar Metacritic score places it in solid territory among 2014 science fiction releases, though below the near-universal acclaim received by some Christopher Nolan films like The Dark Knight 84 Metacritic or Inception 74 Metacritic, identical to Interstellar. The Interstellar critical consensus suggests a film that impressed many while frustrating others, generating more debate than unanimous praise. The Interstellar critical reception compares somewhat unfavorably to Christopher Nolan's previous blockbusters. The Dark Knight scored 94% on Rotten Tomatoes while Interstellar achieved 73%. Inception scored 87% on Rotten Tomatoes while Interstellar achieved 73%. This decrease of approximately 15 to 20 percentage points suggests Interstellar divided critics more than Nolan's earlier work, with some finding its emotional ambitions excessive while others praised precisely those elements. Major publications reviewing Interstellar include The New York Times, The Guardian, Rolling Stone, Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, Empire, and IndieWire. The Interstellar reviews from these outlets range from 5 stars Empire to mixed assessments The New York Times indicating divided critical opinion. Some critics found Interstellar transcendent while others considered it overblown and excessively sentimental. International critics responded to Interstellar with generally similar opinions compared to domestic reviewers, though European critics sometimes showed greater appreciation for the film's ambition and philosophical scope. Interstellar received particular praise from French publications including Cahiers du Cinéma, which recognized Nolan's classical filmmaking values and cosmic ambitions. The Interstellar reception in Asian markets including Japan and South Korea proved enthusiastic both critically and commercially, with audiences embracing the film's universal themes about family and survival. The critical debate around Interstellar often centered on the film's final act, particularly the Tesseract sequence and Cooper's survival. Some critics found this Interstellar conclusion brilliant and emotionally satisfying, while others considered it a cop-out or scientifically dubious despite the film's general commitment to accuracy. This Interstellar ending controversy became central to critical discourse, dividing even positive reviews into those who accepted the metaphysical resolution and those who found it undermining the hard science fiction preceding it. Todd McCarthy from The Hollywood Reporter gave Interstellar a glowing assessment, praising the film as a powerfully emotional experience and the most ambitious mainstream movie in years. The Hollywood Reporter review of Interstellar highlighted the film's combination of science. The interstellar concept that love transcends physical dimensions struck some critics as mystical nonsense in a film otherwise committed to real physics. The Anne Hathaway speech about love being observable across spacetime generated particular mockery from detractors. Even some positive Interstellar reviews acknowledged certain weaknesses. Peter Bradshaw gave Interstellar 4 stars but admitted the film's final act doesn't quite earn its emotional climax. These mixed Interstellar reviews represent the moderate critical position, admiring much while acknowledging significant flaws. The consensus among moderate critics suggested Interstellar aimed higher than it ultimately reached, achieving partial greatness through ambition even when execution faltered. Audience reception of Interstellar differs notably from critical consensus, with general audiences responding more enthusiastically than professional reviewers. The Interstellar Rotten Tomatoes audience score stands at 85%, based on over 100,000 verified ratings. This Interstellar audience score is 12 percentage points higher than the critics' score of 73%, indicating audiences embrace the film more warmly than professional reviewers. On IMDb, Interstellar holds an impressive 8.7 rating out of 10 from over 2 million user votes. The Interstellar IMDb score places it at position 23 among the site's top 250 films of all time, an extraordinary achievement for any film, let alone a 2014 release competing against decades of classics. User reviews on IMDb for Interstellar trend overwhelmingly positive, with audiences praising the emotional impact, visual spectacle, and intellectual ambition that divided professional critics. The Interstellar CinemaScore from opening night audiences was A-, indicating strong satisfaction from theatrical viewers. This Interstellar CinemaScore suggests audiences found the film delivered on expectations despite the challenging runtime and complex scientific concepts. Compared to other Christopher Nolan films, the Interstellar CinemaScore matches The Dark Knight Rises A- and falls just below Inception B+, and The Dark Knight A, indicating solid though not overwhelming opening audience enthusiasm. Post-track surveys showed Interstellar earned 84% positive reactions and 67% definite recommend scores from opening weekend audiences. The Interstellar post-track numbers suggest audiences found the film emotionally engaging and worth recommending to others. Demographics particularly responding to Interstellar included adults over 25, science fiction enthusiasts, and audiences seeking prestige cinema experiences, viewers willing to invest nearly 3 hours in challenging, thought-provoking entertainment. Social media reaction to Interstellar has been overwhelmingly enthusiastic since release. On Twitter X, Interstellar regularly trends during anniversaries and when the film appears on streaming platforms, with sentiment running heavily positive. Facebook groups dedicated to science fiction and Christopher Nolan show Interstellar discussions remain predominantly positive, with members debating interpretations and praising the film's emotional impact. Reddit discussions about Interstellar in subreddits like r/movies, r/Interstellar, and r/Christopher Nolan reveal passionate appreciation for the film. The Interstellar discourse on Reddit focuses heavily on scientific accuracy, emotional scenes, particularly the message sequence and final reunion, and defense against critical complaints about sentimentality. Fan reception to Interstellar within dedicated communities has been exceptional, with the film maintaining active discussion years after release. The gap between Interstellar critical reception, 73%, and audience reception, 85%, has been analyzed as reflecting different priorities. Critics often value restraint and subtlety while general audiences respond to emotional directness and spectacle. The Interstellar approach, big emotions, explicit themes, overwhelming visuals, connects more effectively with audiences seeking cathartic theatrical experiences than with critics trained to appreciate nuance and understatement. Interestingly, critical reassessment of Interstellar has trended positive over the decade since release. Critics who initially gave mixed reviews have sometimes revised their assessments upward, recognizing Interstellar's ambitions and achievements more favorably with temporal distance. The Interstellar reputation has grown rather than faded, suggesting the film's emotional resonance creates lasting impact that pure spectacle cannot match. Interstellar award recognition includes significant nominations and wins at major ceremonies, particularly in technical categories. At the 87th Academy Awards, Interstellar received 5 nominations: Best Visual Effects 1, Best Original Score nominated, Best Sound Mixing nominated, Best Sound Editing nominated, and Best Production Design nominated. The Interstellar Oscar win for visual effects recognized Paul Franklin's groundbreaking work visualizing black holes, wormholes, and alien planets with unprecedented scientific accuracy. Technical achievements in Interstellar earned recognition from various guilds and associations. The Interstellar Visual Effects received the Academy Award, BAFTA, and Visual Effects Society Award, making it the most honored technical aspect of the production. Sound work on Interstellar received nominations from the Academy, BAFTA, and Cinema Audio Society, though controversial mixing choices, particularly extremely loud music overwhelming dialogue, generated debate alongside praise. Hans Zimmer's Interstellar score earned widespread recognition. The Interstellar music received Academy Award, Golden Globe, Grammy, and BAFTA nominations among numerous other honors. Zimmer won the Grammy Award for Best Score Soundtrack for Visual Media for Interstellar, cementing the music's status as iconic science fiction composition. The Interstellar score has since become synonymous with cosmic wonder and emotional grandeur, frequently used in other contexts to evoke those feelings. Performance awards for Interstellar proved limited, with no major acting nominations from the Academy, Golden Globes, or SAG Awards. This Interstellar acting oversight surprised some observers given McConaughey's acclaimed work, though competitive categories in the film's emphasis on spectacle over intimate drama may have contributed. Jessica Chastain and Anne Hathaway likewise received no major nominations for their Interstellar performances. Despite positive reviews of their work, critics groups honoring Interstellar include the Houston Film Critics Society Best Picture nomination, Phoenix Film Critics Society Best Visual Effects, and various online critics organizations. The Interstellar wins from critics associations focused predominantly on technical achievements rather than overall excellence or performances. Interstellar appeared on several year-end top 10 lists from individual critics, though it did not dominate year-end rankings as some anticipated given Nolan's reputation and the film's ambitions. Festival recognition for Interstellar began at the film's world premiere at the TCL Chinese Theater on October 26, 2014. The Interstellar premiere generated substantial buzz and positive early reactions. Unlike many prestige films, Interstellar did not premiere at major fall festivals like Venice, Telluride, or Toronto, instead opting for a star-studded Hollywood premiere emphasizing the film's blockbuster nature alongside its artistic ambitions. The Saturn Awards, recognizing science fiction and fantasy achievement, honored Interstellar with multiple wins including Best Science Fiction Film, Best Director for Christopher Nolan, Best Music for Hans Zimmer, and Best Special Effects. These Saturn Awards for Interstellar recognize the film's excellence within genre cinema even when broader awards bodies focused primarily on technical contributions. The Interstellar Awards performance, exceptional in technical categories, limited in above-the-line recognition, reflects the film's strengths and perceived weaknesses. The revolutionary visual effects and iconic score earned universal acclaim, while the film's emotional approach and ambitious storytelling divided voters as they divided critics. Interstellar development began in 2006 when producer Linda Obst and physicist Kip Thorne developed a treatment for a science fiction film exploring wormholes, black holes, and interstellar travel with scientific accuracy. The Interstellar project originated from Thorne's desire to bring real physics to mainstream cinema and Obst's experience producing Contact, which similarly combines science with wonder. Initial Interstellar development involved extensive scientific consultation to ensure concepts remained plausible while remaining dramatically compelling. The Interstellar script went through multiple drafts before Christopher Nolan's involvement. Screenwriter Jonathan Nolan, Christopher's brother, developed the Interstellar screenplay based on Thorne's scientific concepts and Obst's story ideas. Jonathan Nolan's approach to Interstellar focused on combining hard science fiction with human drama, creating a story about astronauts exploring a wormhole while maintaining emotional stakes through a father's relationship with his children. The Jonathan Nolan Interstellar screenplay drew inspiration from Contact, 2001, A Space Odyssey, and exploration narratives emphasizing discovery and sacrifice. Steven Spielberg was initially attached to direct Interstellar for Paramount Pictures, potentially reuniting the sensibilities that made Close Encounters of the Third Kind and E.T. so successful. However, Spielberg eventually departed the project to pursue other films, leaving Interstellar without a director. When Christopher Nolan became available following The Dark Knight Rises, he expressed interest in Interstellar and ultimately joined as director in 2012. Christopher Nolan rewrote Jonathan's screenplay significantly, maintaining the scientific foundation while emphasizing the father-daughter relationship that would become Interstellar's emotional core. This Interstellar revision drew from Nolan's own experiences as a father, particularly his relationship with his daughter Flora. The decision to make Cooper's bond with Murph central to Interstellar transformed the project from pure exploration film into intimate drama set against cosmic scale. Christopher Nolan has described Interstellar as his most personal film, grounded in parental love despite cosmic scope. Paramount Pictures and Warner Brothers reached an unusual co-production and distribution arrangement for Interstellar. Warner Brothers had released all Christopher Nolan films since Batman Begins and sought to continue that relationship. However, Paramount owned Interstellar rights through the original development. The resulting agreement gave Paramount domestic distribution while Warner Brothers received international distribution rights, an unusual split reflecting both studios' desire to work with Nolan. The Interstellar budget reached approximately $165 million, substantial but not excessive by blockbuster standards. This Interstellar budget allowed for cutting-edge visual effects, extensive IMAX photography, practical effects including massive spacecraft sets, and elaborate location filming. Financial backing for Interstellar came from Paramount Pictures, Warner Brothers, Legendary Pictures, and Syncope, Nolan's production company. The Interstellar budget was comparable to Inception, $160 million, and significantly below The Dark Knight Rises, $250 million, reflecting Nolan's efficiency despite ambitious scope. Pre-production for Interstellar spanned approximately 18 months. During Interstellar pre-production, Nolan worked with production designer Nathan Crowley, cinematographer Hoyt van Hoytema, and visual effects supervisor Paul Franklin to establish the film's visual approach emphasizing practical effects and scientific accuracy. Director Christopher Nolan's vision for Interstellar centered on combining scientific accuracy with emotional authenticity, creating a film that honored both the head and heart. Nolan wanted Interstellar to present real physics, time dilation, gravitational effects, black hole behavior, in ways audiences could feel viscerally, not merely understand intellectually. In interviews about Interstellar, Nolan explained, "The truth is the film is very personal to me. It's about being a father and what you might do for your children and how far you would go." Nolan's approach to Interstellar differed from his previous films by foregrounding emotion rather than concealing it. While Inception maintained emotional distance through dreamscape abstraction and The Dark Knight explored themes through superhero iconography, Interstellar asked audiences to engage with a father's tears directly. The Interstellar aesthetic draws from classic science fiction including 2001, A Space Odyssey, The Right Stuff, and Apollo mission photography. Nolan cited Stanley Kubrick, Steven Spielberg, and documentary footage of space exploration as influences on Interstellar. Thematically, Nolan intended Interstellar to explore humanity's relationship with time, the cosmos, and each other. The Interstellar narrative structure reflects Nolan's career-long interest in how humans experience temporal passage, here made literal through relativistic physics. Time in Interstellar isn't narrative device but antagonist, the force separating Cooper from his children, aging Murph while her father remains young, stealing decades from characters and viewers alike. Nolan collaborated with cinematographer Hoyt van Hoytema to achieve the Interstellar visual style. Van Hoytema, shooting his first Nolan film, replacing longtime collaborator Wally Pfister who had directed his own film, brought naturalistic sensibility balancing Nolan's precise compositions. The Interstellar visual approach emphasized practical environments, IMAX, grandeur, and in-camera effects wherever possible. The Interstellar tone balances wonder and terror, intimacy and enormity. Nolan stated that Interstellar should feel overwhelming but never cold, maintaining human connection through cosmic spectacle. This tonal approach to Interstellar appears in sequences like Miller's Planet, which combines genuine terror, the massive wave, time dilation, with character drama, the doomed mission, emotional stakes. Nolan sought to make space exploration simultaneously thrilling and emotionally costly. Nolan's previous work on the Dark Knight trilogy and Inception informed the Interstellar approach significantly. Techniques Nolan employed in Inception, practical environments, IMAX photography, Hans Zimmer scores emphasizing emotion over action, reappear in Interstellar through the endurance sets, extensive IMAX sequences, and Zimmer's organ-driven compositions. However, Interstellar represents evolution for Nolan, embracing sentiment he previously kept controlled. The decision to shoot Interstellar on film rather than digital reflected Nolan's ongoing advocacy for photochemical capture. Nolan shot Interstellar using a combination of IMAX 70mm cameras and Panavision 35mm anamorphic cameras, creating images of unprecedented clarity and scale. The Interstellar film format choice gave images texture, grain, and depth that digital capture cannot replicate, particularly in the expanded IMAX sequences filling entire frames with cosmic imagery. Principal photography for Interstellar began on August 6, 2013, in Alberta, Canada. The Interstellar production filmed for approximately 4 months across numerous locations through December 2013. Interstellar filming took place in multiple locations including Alberta, Canada, Iceland, Los Angeles, and various studio facilities, each chosen for specific visual and practical requirements. The Interstellar production utilized Alberta, Canada, extensively for Cooper's farm and Earthbound sequences. This Interstellar filming location provided vast cornfields, authentic farmhouses, and the wide-open American landscapes the story required. Alberta previously appeared in films like Brokeback Mountain, making it established for capturing rural Americana. The Interstellar crew planted over 500 acres of corn specifically for the production, which was later sold following filming, actually generating profit from the crop. The Interstellar farm sequences required this authentic agriculture rather than digital creation, reflecting Nolan's practical effects philosophy. Iceland served as the setting for Interstellar's alien planet exteriors. The production utilized Iceland's otherworldly landscapes, glaciers, volcanic plains, black sand beaches, to create man's ice planet and portions of other worlds. Filming